What's going on? Can everybody hear me okay?
Yes, sir. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. I'm trying this headset video. Someone is okay.
Hey, how are you?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Doing well. I'm Ryan.
Mike and Lisa, the faithfuls, holding it down.
We try.
This is Velma. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. I can hear you. You doing okay?
Doing good. Doing good. How's everybody?
You know, just keeping your rain boots on and making sure you have your umbrella in the house and in the car, your raincoat on deck.
I was blown away yesterday.
Say that again.
I said I thought I was going to float away yesterday.
Yeah, it was crazy. It's 5:59. We'll probably get started around let's say 6:01 or 6:02. I'll try to share my screen here shortly. I didn't sent out the agenda, but
I have a second meeting, so I will be leaving as soon as I report, okay?
okay. What time is your second meeting?
6 o'clock.
Oh, you're already late, right? All right, let's see here. All right, let's see if I can share my screen, then we'll go ahead and get started. I've been using Teams a lot lately. Now Zoom is looking funny to me, but I think I got this. Let's see. Meet. All right, it is 6:01. Welcome. Uh-oh. My little man in the background. Please forgive me. I just want to welcome everybody to the Central City neighborhood meeting. Of course, Tuesday, July the 20th, 2021. We didn't have a meeting last month. It was canceled due to some the city having a swearing in ceremony. But I didn't really have anything to report. I got a few emails and updates, so that's why we should be. We do have one item on the agenda to approve today, but I do see some new people on the call. So what I always like to do is just to introduce myself. When I see new people, my name is James Sullivan, and I serve as your neighborhood president for Central City. I think Miss Shalita Purefoy, she may be on the call as well. She serves as the vice president. And then also we have Mr. Lou Willie is serves as our secretary, which we appointed him last, I guess, a couple months ago. So I want to thank him for his volunteerism. I think that's a word, but if not, I just made it up today. So this evening. But with that being said, I did send out the meeting minutes from our last meeting a couple months ago. Hopefully everybody had an opportunity to read them. I will say they look a whole lot better from what I used to send out. So I know people were probably like, just every time they read my minutes, they were probably like, man, what is James typing? But I was just trying to take notes. I really didn't do any proofreading. Hopefully most people understood it, but I want to thank Lou for taking the notes. Are there any questions or corrections that need to be made to the meeting minutes? Uh-oh, I'm sorry. I think it was somebody trying to say something.
You're running behind him.
Okay, anyway, I think that's somebody. Just please go on mute if you're not speaking. If there are no corrections to the meeting minutes, I think it was May at this time, I would entertain a motion to accept those meetings and then accept the agenda as you all can see on the screen.
This is Mike Perez. I move to accept.
All right, thank you,
Second.
Mike. Who was that? Was done for the second?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
All right, all in favor? Well, anybody opposed to that, just say no right now. All right, that passed. So we're gonna jump right in. I think to our open reports. It's a Velma, you said you had another meeting, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so I at this time, I will allow you to just, introduce yourself to the new people and then just give your report. And then after your report, if there's anybody else on from the North Precinct that may want to add some additional commentary. So at this time, you have the floor.
All right, thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Velma Williams Small, and I am the CPO, or Crime Prevention Officer for the North Precinct. And I have a few announcements I would like to share with you this afternoon. The first one is that we have sent out information about a health fair from the Birmingham Police Department that was planned for Saturday, July the 24th, which is this weekend. Please make note that that event has been rescheduled to Saturday, August the 7th, and the location has changed to Kelly Ingram Park. We ran into a little legal snafu with that, so we had to change the dates, and that required us to change the location. Okay. We also want to remind you that tomorrow at 9 o'clock is the North Precinct's first coffee with, and that's going to be at Yo Mama's downtown. So please remember that. And if you can, drop by and support. That's located at 2328 2nd Avenue North, and the time frame is from 9 to 10 in the morning. Okay. Also, we just got hot off the press news you can use. We want to remind you that construction has started at the West Transit Platform Center. So those roads will be closed, Avenue West and 47th Street Inslee, between now and November 30th. So try to plan your routes around that. Also, Mayor Randall Wolfen has joined the Birmingham Police Department and others in announcing new rules and regulations surrounding search warrants. And it's an effort to put guidelines in place to stop or prevent fatalities and those no-knock warrants. So please be aware of that. If you have a team that you think would like to share their thoughts on a variety of subjects, then they have an opportunity to apply to attend the 150th Elevate Teen Summit, which will be held Friday, July the 23rd from 11 to 2 at Sloss Furnace. Of course, you can get that information off of the website for the city, or you can call me if you need more information. We also want to remind you that food trucks will be everywhere, starting with Friday, July the 23rd in front of City Hall, and then Eats in the Streets in Birmingham on July the 23rd from 5 to 9, which is that afternoon. Then July the 24th again, and there are several local restaurants participating. Also, we have a second Eat in the Streets that will take place at Pepper Place on Friday, July 23rd from 5 to 9. So if you want to get out and about and stay outside, you have opportunities to do that. If you would like a 150th birthday themed shirt, they are available. You can get those at the Birmingham Museum of Art. However, if you need a 3X or a 5X, I'm sorry, they're already sold out. The cost of the shirts are $10 for city employees and $12 for the general public. That's about all we have, except for, Birmingham Police Department will host a free women's firearms safety class on Saturday, July 31st from 9 to 12 at the Birmingham Police Department firing range at 114 Peggy Lee Lane. Participants must have their own pistol permit, and they must bring their own ammunition. It must be at least 21 years old. Okay, so if you have any questions about any of those, I will send those announcements to Mr. Sullivan, and he can get them out with the minutes. Okay, any questions from me?
Could you repeat the date and time of that safety class, please?
The Birmingham Police Department's Women's Fire Safety class will be on Saturday, July 31st, from 9 to 12 in the morning. And it will be at the firing range located at 114 Peggy Lee Lane. Okay. Our safety tip for this afternoon is to safeguard your personal information. Please be careful about throwing receipts down, about throwing away junk mail, about leaving information in your car, because when someone gets access to your car, they also have access to your personal information. So please safeguard your personal information. Okay? Any questions for me? All right. Thank you, Mr. Sullivan.
All right, thank you. Do have an officer or anybody from the North Precinct that would like to speak or have a report and an update?
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Lieutenant Adams, North Precinct Shift Commander. And I'm actually online as well. I'd like to stay a little longer, but one of my supervisors just came in and told me we had a call that I need to go out on. But I'm here to take down any concerns that anyone may have. And I'll forward those to the captain, and we'll get with the other shifts if you're having issues that are outside of my shift, which is pretty much 2 to 10 or 3 to 11, somewhere in those hours.
This is Lisa Perez. Would it be possible for us to get an update on the problem we're having with street racing?
Okay, right now, in terms of street racing, we've deployed several units in and around downtown, from First Avenue all the way over to about 4th Avenue, and from about 14th Street up to about 24th Street. So in that 8 to 10 block area, every Saturday, Sunday, we have someone out pretty much all during the day, night. A lot of times during the weekend, I'm out there. And what we find out that these guys have I don't know, some type of underground communication system that sometimes it's hard for us to crack. So we kind of follow the marks in the street. We have been down around, I think that's 3rd Avenue and about 12th, right there by the interstate behind the Chevron, across from right up under actually 65 South, around the Platinum area. They tend to want to do a lot of street racing. We've written several tickets concerning that. And I do know over this past weekend, that was an issue that we had. There were a few downtown, but after we deployed the officers downtown, they moved out to 3rd Avenue, and they crossed back and forth from the north side to the west side, right there at Princeton Parkway. So we are addressing those concerns. We do get those calls, and I want to say Don gave a call this weekend, and then the captain gave me a shout, and we were down around the Alabama Theater, because they try to catch those lights in sync, and they will, ride down through there and try to race or do their donuts. So the communication line is definitely there. I appreciate it, and feel free to call anytime, and we'll address whatever concern that you may have in the way of street racing or any other type of quality of life issue.
Yeah, this is Kent Upshaw. I don't know if you can hear me or not.
I can.
You raise an interesting point there, and I wonder if you could help deter some of this by on the weekends doing something with the traffic lights to make it so that it's not, you don't have a continuous.
Absolutely. Well, we'll have to get with Don is the man. He's the point guy. He doesn't look like it, but look at it now. He's the point guy. that can get with traffic and engineering, and they'll come out and do a study and see what they can do to take those lights out of sync. Because I know on First Avenue between 17th and 14th, there's about a 3-block, maybe 4-block area that the lights change in sync. And you brought up an interesting point. Maybe that's something that we can do. So, you know, we'll reach out to Don. I'll reach out to him, and we'll try to shoot him an email. And then we'll try to get traffic and engineering to come out and look at these trouble spots. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
Any more questions for North Precincts? I would like to add too, though. I recently found out about and the app for the Birmingham Police Department. So if you don't know about it, you can just go to the App Store, and I think it's called Birmingham Police Department. I'm thinking, but you can, you know, give tips. You can, you know, call. It has all of the information on there as far as, like, you know, all the precincts. Has like your command staff. You can do push notifications. You can, like I say, here it is. Like, it has a submitted tip. You can search for sex offenders. You can you have jail and inmate information, community feedback, join the team, the news updates. I think it's very useful. So if you haven't downloaded it yet, like I say, it's just the Birmingham Police Department, and it's a good app to have. So that's just an additional way that we can address our concerns when it's happening, and just for tracking purposes as well. All right, thank you, Birmingham Police Department. Just continue to be safe, and I thank you for what you do.
All right, thank you. We appreciate it. And like I said, you can reach out to us anytime. And I'll reach out to Don probably tomorrow. I have my captain, and then we'll see what we can do in the way of getting traffic and engineering and look at some of these problematic areas.
So, Lieutenant, I think I'm on. Yeah,
Yes.
unmute. Lieutenant, I've already I just sent James Fowler a message. So maybe we can do that.
All right. Well, hey, I look forward to it. Everybody be safe, stay safe, and we'll see you on the next one.
All right, thank you.
All right.
All right, moving along. Do we have anybody from the Birmingham Public Library on?
Hello, Mrs. Sullivan. This is Corin. Can you hear me?
Hey, Corin, how are you? Yes, we can hear you.
Hey, I'm doing good. Hey, just a few things to note. Again, I am Corin Davis with the Birmingham Public Library, and our summer learning has just ended. We ended a little bit early this year because school is starting on August the 2nd. So just wanted to give kids that little break between there before we start back with all of our regular programming for the fall. But we still have tons and tons of programming that's going on. And if you would check out our blogs, our Facebook page, and just our regular BPL page, which is cobpl.org, you'll see all of our programming that we're planning and that we're working on. Okay, and also just to remind everyone that on Wednesdays at the Central Library, during lunchtime, normally 11 to 2 o'clock, we have food trucks, tons of food trucks in our parking lot area. So please come over and visit. And that's normally every Wednesday unless it's pouring down rain. Okay. Most of our locations are open Monday through Fridays, 10 to 6. We do have 4 locations that's open on Saturdays, 10 to 6. That's 5 Points, Avondale, Springville Road, and the Central Library. And one very important thing to note is that being that we've been back open for a while, our meeting rooms are back open. So if people want to come and they want to get into one of our meeting rooms, as long as you're requesting it during the time that we're open, you can go ahead and start reserving that. Okay, and I think that's about it. Any questions from the library? Great. Oh, you've got our stats. That's wonderful.
Yeah, I always like to
share
it next door and to try to do it on social media. But as you know, like I said, the library has been working for yeah. And so, like I said, the circulation is back up.
Right.
So
Many
if you
people
have-
don't realize we do passports and we do notaries, and of course, tons of faxes and copies. But our passport notary service, a lot of people are surprised when they find that out, and that's a big thing for us. All right. Oh, that looks great. Yeah. Listen, we're back at it right now. So just asking people, just come on back in. Again, we're doing our meeting rooms. We're fully open back up. And that's about it. I mean, I said, all's going well. All's going well.
All right, well, thank you, Corinne. Like I
Okay.
said,
Oh, you're
as you
welcome.
know, our regular meetings are actually at the Central Library. Haven't really made a decision to, I don't know if we're going to go back. I found out that we do get more participation on the virtual side of things.
That's what a lot of places have been saying, that, it's like, oh, well, thank you anyway, but we've been getting more people, because if you could do it from home, it's far more, convenient. So,
but we may
understand
do,
it,
we may do 1 or 2 meetings just to kind of see how it goes. But I do miss going to the library and, of course, seeing people. But we'll see how it goes. But thank you for that update.
All right, thank you.
All right, be safe.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. We have, do we have anybody on from the Public Works? All right. Do we have anybody on from the Fire Department? All right. City of Birmingham, Counselor O'Quinn's office, or I know I saw Kim. I'm not sure if she
Yes,
has
sir.
it.
Good evening.
Hey, how are you?
Doing well, thank you. How are you?
Sleepy?
I understand.
All right.
I definitely understand. I did want to say, well, good evening, everyone. My name is Kim Phillips, and I work in Counselor O'Quinn's office. I want to apologize for his absence this evening. He is with the 5 Point South Neighborhood Association. This will be their first meeting since the pandemic, so he did want to get with that group. We have both meetings at 6 p.m. tonight, so we had to divide and conquer. I will share my contact information in the chat so I don't take up too much time, but I am here if you all have any issues that you'd like me to take back. We did share all of the meetings in District 5 with the various precincts as well as the fire chief, so that everyone does know when the meetings are and hopefully they can attend. But I just wanted to make sure that you all knew that we are here. And if you have any concerns, I can take those at this time.
Okay, I guess I do. How is the, I know at one point there were some issues going on with like the scooters and everything. Did y'all ever talk with the, I think Councilor Quinn said they was going to have a meeting with the, I guess the company, I think it's VO or NEO or something
VO.
like that. VO, yeah.
Yes, sir, that's correct. I think you were present at the Parkside, the meeting with Parkside residents that they had. So Councilor, of course, was there, and he did have a separate meeting with them. He has scheduled monthly update meetings with VO so that they can keep us abreast of updates that they are making to address those concerns. On their website, they do have a page where you can report issues like the scooters not being docked or any complaints that you might have. So I do suggest you take advantage of that. If you have pictures of scooters that are not being docked or trash is being left, all those kinds of issues, you can post them there. They are, I know Railroad Park was a big issue, and they were making some changes in terms of shutting the scooters down so that you couldn't start rides around that area after a certain time. So they are trying to make changes to address some of the resident complaints that they have received.
Yeah, I was gonna add that as well. I think especially in the Railroad Park, they shut it down pretty quick. So I do appreciate him having the meeting and including me on some of the concerns as well. Hopefully, it's trickling down to downtown area. But again, just go to the website and then address, post pictures and address your concerns. I see Donna. Thank you, Kim, for that update. Donna, I see your hand is up.
Yes, I know that when we asked Darrell O'Quinn, I guess 2 meetings ago, he told us he wasn't in control of it to go through the certain group. Well, I've gone to VO that Kim is talking about. I've sent, I don't know how many pictures of the handicap routes, the ramp, the exits off the sidewalks blocked. They're thrown everywhere. They're blocking my door. And the only thing I got back from the group, VO, whatever it is, was would I join their website? Well, I don't want to join their website. I want them to do something about the scooters. So I don't know if anybody else has tried to send in their pictures and complaints, but that's kind of a ridiculous. I didn't get anything else back from them. So I don't think that works, Kim. I'm sorry. Because I've tried multiple times.
Okay, yes, ma'am. I'll give you my email right now, but I also share it in the chat if anyone else needs it. If you could share those pictures at those locations with me, I can, we do have some contacts at VO, and I can see if we can communicate those directly with them. So we can try to get that resolved, and maybe they can use some of the same measures that they are using at Railroad Park.
Well, I personally have requested for one to be at our meeting. Could we get a representative from them to come to the meeting and let us talk to them? I mean, this is going like 3 different people. Like now, I guess Councilor O'Quinn is involved because he's having meetings. He told us he wasn't involved. We had to go to somebody else. And now you're saying he met with another group. That wasn't what he told us. And then I've done what he asked. And that's kind of useless. I spend the entirety, if I start taking pictures, almost my whole morning's walk is taking pictures and sending them to a group that doesn't respond. So could we get one of them at our next meeting, a representative from the company?
I can reach out to them and let them know when the meeting is, make sure that they have that information so that they can have somebody at the meeting.
That would be great.
And counselor is not involved. We're just getting updates from their office. We don't have any control or jurisdiction over their company and how they operate.
Well, you should have, because O'Quinn is on the transportation committee, which allowed the scooters to be brought into Birmingham. So to say he has no control is not very genuine. I'm sorry. And, it's not a question of taking a picture of a scooter here or there. It is a continuing problem all over downtown. It's scooter trash. That's what it is. And they are leaving scooters everywhere, blocking sidewalks, blocking handicap ramps, blocking people's doors. It's ridiculous. They have to do something now, or there's going to be an uprising and scooters are going to end up in dumpsters.
Yes, sir. Well, perhaps you can schedule a meeting in the same way we did with the Parkside residents so that there can be residents as well as representation from the company so that they can address some of these concerns.
Well, that's what we're asking for. Get them to come to our neighborhood meeting.
Yeah, I think
Yes,
that would be the Kim. I think that would be the next steps.
Sure.
I think did they hire some people here? I mean, but I know it's not going to be managed. I don't think it's management level people, but
I don't believe so. They had a few positions that were open, but I don't think they were management.
Okay, all right. Well, yeah, if I don't mind working with you trying to get that scheduled with Councilor O'Quinn. But again, I think he's been trying, and I know it seems like it's taking some time, but I guarantee you he's been working on it. So, but that doesn't mean anything when you still have scooters blocking sidewalks and everywhere. But I'll make sure I get offline with Kim and Councilor O'Quinn to try to get them to the next meeting.
Well, I'm sorry, James, but we've been talking about this for 2 or 3 months. And if their concentration has been around Railroad Park, then that means that everything we've said the last 2 or 3 months has been ignored. I mean, it's time for someone to take responsibility for a city-approved business to make sure that they are doing what they are supposed to be doing.
Well noted.
And hey, James.
Yeah.
One of the other problems with the scooters, and everybody that's addressed this so far, they're absolutely right. But to me, even the bigger problem is the riding of the scooters and the bicycles on the sidewalks. Right. That is illegal. And when all this was approved, no one spoke to the police department about enforcement. They approved it without anybody's input from the police department. So if you step out your door, you could almost be run over at any minute by a person on a scooter or on a bicycle. By law, the only people that can ride a bicycle on the sidewalk are the police. Even CAP, I don't think CAP is legal, and they ride on the sidewalk. You're supposed to ride the
CAP
scooter.
is
Okay.
CAP has a variance to be able to ride the bike.
I wasn't sure about that. But the people that are riding them are riding on the sidewalk where they shouldn't be.
Fine.
And there's no enforcement.
Thank you. Like I said, it's well noted. Do we have anybody on from Rev? I think I just heard, was that, who was that?
James, it's Rob.
Sorry,
okay,
okay, yeah.
I have my camera.
No problem.
I have my camera off right now. Hope everyone's doing well. Just kind of give everyone a quick update on a couple of things from Rev and Cap. We have at the corner of 19th and 2nd Avenue North, we've brought back some of the swings from our upswing demonstration a few years back before the pandemic. The goal is just to kind of create a more exciting corridor on an area that, is just kind of boring and has had a lot of construction. So we've gotten a lot of usage out of that the last month or so. So it's just something small we're trying to do to give some people some extra outdoor space in downtown. Our 20th Street landscape project is progressing nicely. We're in the final steps of that with, finalizing all the details and negotiations with the city staff. And our hope is that, in the fall, construction will start and, the landscaping will start. There won't be a ton of construction, but our plan is to be able to, once we, cross the T's and dot the I's, be able to kind of share a little bit of an update, a more in-depth update with the neighborhood. So we're hopeful that we'll be able to do that possibly next month. But no work is going to start without consulting everyone and giving you all kind of a timeline of that. We just completed our State of Downtown report in June, really highlighting, the impacts that the pandemic's had on the city center, especially from an employer and employment standpoint. Based off of a bunch of surveying we've done, the highlights of that report really, we believe, based off what employees or employers have told us, that the majority of the workforce will be back in downtown in some form or fashion by Labor Day. It won't necessarily be 100% of what it was before the pandemic, but I think we'll start to see things normalize pretty quickly after Labor Day. And another pretty exciting note as well is that since 2010, the downtown residential population has grown 38%. In a lot of ways, that has kind of offset some of the decrease or the decline in population in other parts of the city. So downtown is really performing well, and we're really excited about what the future holds there. Another follow-up report for the State of Downtown, the International Downtown Association is working with our team on a value of downtown report, which will really quantify it. Well, it's a commercial market analysis that will quantify downtown's impact from a city and region standpoint. So when everyone, says downtown is the, the economic driver for the city or the tax driver for the city, we'll actually have, some numbers and percentages to just show how much that is actually the case. And based off the initial returns in some of the data, downtown is, very, very important to the city and region and state as a whole. So we'll have that report complete at the end of August, and we'll have more information kind of diving into that in September. So we're pretty excited about that. And that's been something we've been working on pretty hard lately. Lastly, CAP is working pretty hard on hiring we haven't been immune to any of the hiring challenges that any other business has been, facing. But our goal is to get our ambassador numbers increased to about 24 to 26 ambassadors. So, we can weather, any illness or anything like that pops up in the next, couple months. And right now we're kind of fluctuating between 16 and 19 ambassadors a day. So, getting that 24 to 26 would be a nice little increase for sure. That's everything we've got right now. Happy to take any questions though.
Rob, this is Lou Willie. Are you all involved at all or been in consultation with the folks who are developing the old Red Cross building?
I believe David Fleming from our team may have been or may be. I'm personally not, and I know it's not necessarily a tremendous focus on our organization. I think that's probably a conversation that David has been having with that developer.
I just wondered, my apartment or condo complex borders it by was across the alley, and I just wondered, there hadn't been any communication that I know of with any of the residents right around here, and I just wondered what was there any plan to communicate with neighbors?
I don't know, but I'm happy to ask David to see if he's, had any conversation with that developer, and if, he knows of any plans, or if there aren't any plans, maybe letting that developer know that it may be a good idea to reach out to some of the neighbors. I'm happy to pass that along.
Well, my big concern is as the construction progresses, they're blocking the alley at all, because there are at least 3 residences whose garages open onto that alley, as well as, several restaurants who use that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I actually,
Okay.
Lou, the developer, well, I know one guy, I think he has several partners, Mr. Ed Tichelli. He's done some work with the library. He's helped with the bookmobile project that we have going on. And I think he has the American Life redevelopment as well. But I will reach out to him and just maybe he can come to the next meeting, or just get some additional information to share with the group or with the neighborhood. That would be beneficial to everybody.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Anything else for Rev or Cap or anything like that? Sorry, y'all. All right, moving along. Do we have anybody from DOT?
Can you hear me?
Yes,
James, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, we don't have anything new. The contractor is still telling us that the project should be finished by the time World Game starts. And we have our website, City Walk Birmingham, is up to date. So if you want to take a look at that. And if you have any questions for me.
I don't have any questions, but yeah, the website is, like I said, it's up to date. So you said City Walk Birmingham, right? Yeah, I got it right here. So I put it in the chat again. All right, well, thank you so much. Did I miss anybody? Did anybody join late that would like to give a report? All right, moving along to, I think that's everybody. Yeah, moving along to items that need to be approved. I sent out some pictures, I guess, last week, and then also I just sent a reminder. We have a Mr. Ryan Westover. I think he is, I think he's on the, I think I saw him on the call. Are you present?
Yeah. Yes,
okay.
sir.
All right, I gave a brief description. I pretty much just copied and paste what you sent me via email. But if you would just introduce yourself, you know, give the location, you know, all that good stuff, you know, what you're trying to offer, you know, just things of that nature, and possibly we may have some questions for you.
Yeah, sure. So my name's Ryan Westover. We are currently in the process of opening a restaurant called Pizza Grace at Mercantile on Morris. It's going to be an upscale takeout pizzeria, but we will have a small dining room of about 20 to 24 seats. We are going to be doing some beer and wine sales, not any liquor. And just a little bit about myself. This is my wife, Elaine.
Hi, how are you?
And she's going to be involved in the restaurant as well as the operations manager. So we're both moving here from the DC area where we've spent many, many years in Washington, DC, working at some of the better operations, I think, in the city. So hopefully we can bring that experience and professional experience as well to Pizza Grace at Mercantile on Morris.
Any questions? I think, is that like where they're adding those lofts or apartments in that area? What's the address again?
It's I think it's either 2212 or 2112. I think it's 2212 Morris Ave.
Okay, I was just trying to, okay, 22nd. Yeah, okay, I think that's, okay, yeah, I have a visual in mind.
Is that the building that they've been renovating up here until recently? That was the, I can't think of the bar now. That was,
yeah, was it Jazzy's maybe?
No, it's Matthews.
Matthews. Oh yeah, Matthews. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's it. I've heard a lot of interesting stories about that place.
You gonna have any live music?
No, sir. No, sir. So there are 42 condos attached to the property. So we have to be considerate of those residents and whatever we do. So we got to keep it a little calm, yeah, low key.
Okay. Again, it sounds exciting. You know, I know I like to eat. I'm assuming everybody likes to eat, right?
Yeah, so we'll be doing, we'll be doing naturally leavened pizzas, which means we've basically sourdough pizzas. We're gonna be pretty veggie centric. We're gonna be offering about 5-6 pizzas and 3 or 4 vegetable side dishes, and then we will get into my forte, which is desserts. Once we get up and running, we should have a pretty solid carb program there, and then if you need vegetables, we'll have that too.
All right. Are there any more questions before I guess we vote on? Well, can you tell us what you said? What type of license is it again?
So this is gonna be for our liquor license that will allow us to sell beer and wine. So we're not applying for a liquor license. We won't have a bar. We're just gonna be doing casual service with canned beers and wines, but that's pretty much it. So that this is just for that beer and wine license.
All right. Any more questions before we entertain a motion to approve this? I guess ask for a liquor license.
I have a question. How do we vote on this thing?
Yeah, usually, you know, they come before us as the neighborhood.
No, I mean, how do we vote? How do we cause this thing, this Zoom device to vote?
Oh, well, I will say there's probably a way, but I've seen it where if you agree, you just do the hand raise, or if you disagree, you do the hand raise. But what I've been doing in the past is if anybody disagrees, then then I just take down the name and who you are and that type. But that's just assuming I'm thinking everybody was going to vote for it, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
It's not a secret ballot, Kent.
Well, I was looking down here at the reactions, and they have a thumb up, but they don't have a thumb down.
So y'all want to try the hand raise deal then? Let's see how that works.
Motion.
Yeah. So first, is there a motion on the floor to accept this liquor license for this?
Mike Perez, I move we accept.
Okay, so Mike is the the motion. Is there who's the second?
I second.
Okay, Mr. Upshaw. Okay, so we have a first and a second. So if you approve of this, let's just do the hands up, I guess. If I can't even find the hands up. Okay, let's just do it like, okay, I see 2 hands up. Okay, 3.
You do.
Mm-hmm.
And you can only vote if you're a resident of Central City. Just want to throw that out there now. Why can't I find the hands? Well, I'm just gonna do this, so.
Well, there's a thumbs up in the reactions.
Okay. All right, let's see. All right, so I think, I think that's pretty much it. Everybody who is a resident of Central City. Do we have anybody who just called in? All right, so, okay, hands down. Is there anybody that I guess denies it or says no? I see Jenna, her hand is still up, but I know she was on the approval. So with that being said, I think you're good to go, Mr. Westover. Just send over that form. I think I may already have it, but I check my email. Usually I get a form and then I just have to fill it out with the voting and everything on there. So congratulations. We look forward to the new edition. And I just say, just whatever you say you're gonna do, just that's what you do when you come before us. That's all we ask. All right, moving along. Thank you for joining. I don't think we have any public voices. Are going to present for the transportation responsible for administering the VO school. Okay. Okay, I think Kim, she put something in the chat. Mrs. Whitlock and Mr. Willie, Christina Argo is the person. Okay, Birmingham City Department. So just check the chat. Kim Phillips of Councilor Quinn's office, she put a note in there. Old business. Do we have anything? New business. I will say I did get some complaints about the Casanova Bar Lounge. I went over and talked with them. I know there was an issue about, they said no outside seating, but now they have outside seating. I expressed that to them, and also about of course, the people outside late 12:30, 1 o'clock. So they said they're going to be working on that. So just give them opportunity to correct it. But I just wanted to let everybody know that I did speak with the ownership over there. So hopefully it will get better. But I just want to let everybody know that. Okay.
James?
Yes.
What does that mean? Give them an opportunity to correct it? They either are going to have outdoor seating or not.
Well, the outdoor seating, I really didn't address that. I just pretty much brought that up. Of course, I just told them, in the initial meeting, you said that we're not going to do it, and then you did it, and then I just told them that we really didn't, of course, appreciate that because, like I tell everybody, just when you come before us, if you say you're going to do it, we're taking your word for it. And I really just expressed that concern. I didn't say that, I don't think I can say you need to get it, remove the outdoor seating. I just really expressing concerns based on the information that I received from a concerned citizen. That's all. That's all. The only thing that I did as far as the noise, they said they were going to try to address the noise issue. Because as you know, they do have sheriffs on duty there. So anytime they would need to crowd control or noise control, they could use the sheriff as a way to do that. I see Mike and Perez, Mike or Lisa, hand raised.
Yeah, James, I'd have to go back and look at the notes or minutes if it was actually in there, but I recall them saying they would not have outdoor music. I do not recall them saying they would not have outdoor tables or dining. Just want to be fair to them if in fact they said one and not the other.
Understood. And I will go back and look at that then. I was on an impression that they had said no outdoor seating, but thank you for addressing that or raising that concern. I would definitely go and look and let everybody know, either definitely before the next meeting, but to let everybody know. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, I remember asking about outdoor seating because outdoor seating leads to outdoor noise, and that was the concern. So, I mean, I think we need to go to the city and say, hey, here's what they told us, and they're not doing what they told us. So that was the basis for our vote of approval.
One of the problems we might want to look at in the future is have some sort of written document that they sign and give to the CCNA body so that we actually have something we can produce later that says this is what they signed and said, as opposed to possible hearsay. I'm not disagreeing with what Lou said. I just don't remember it.
Well, all our meetings are recorded, so it is there for posterity's sake. We can just pull up the video.
Yeah, so I take on that responsibility to do that, to go back to the meeting. And again, I'll let everybody know what was actually said before the next meeting. It'll be via email. But Mike, I love that idea. I think we definitely need like some type of questionnaire, a form, a document, and just ask those type specific questions. I may ask for some input from the residents of what type of questions they would like to be answered so that we can have an accurate record on hand moving forward.
Yeah, kind of like a good business neighbor form.
Yeah, I like that. I definitely like that. Thank you for recommending that.
Okay.
All right. Is there anything else before we adjourn? That's my little man. I have a newborn. He's like 2 weeks and 4 days or so old. So I apologize for the for the crime, but not really. He's just a little baby. Sire Lawrence Sullivan is his name. He says hello, by the way. Is there anything else before we adjourn? All right, thank you all again for participating. This is very important for our city and our community. I will see y'all next time, okay?
All right, thanks, James.
All right. Thank y'all. All right, bye.
Thanks, James.